Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Friday, you guys. We made it through another week, which is literally, honestly, a blessing on its own, to be quite honest. Hello, good morning, Jen. I wanted to come on here. So I woke up this morning, was doing my normal everyday research, like I do every day when it comes to things YouTube things, right? Social media things, reality TV things. And I ran across Charlotte on the Web's latest videos with all of this when it comes to Without a Crystal Ball and the 7M Films lawsuit that I've been covering along with other people. Charlotte on the Web, her channel is in the description. You guys go and check her out because she's covering this extensively and she's doing a really good job at it. You know, crossing her, how is it that you say it, dotting her I's and all that. So definitely go and check her out. I was watching her videos though, because here's the thing, and anyone that knows about Katie Joy, like it's really hard to keep up with all the things that she finds herself in. And when I first started covering Katie Joy back with the Tati Westbrook lawsuit, I quickly realized if you really try to keep up with all the stuff she's out here doing, it's almost impossible, because she's constantly doing something, in my opinion, allegedly. So so now I only cover big things. When it's big lawsuits, things like that, then I'll cover it. But yes, Charlotte on the Web, she's doing a fantastic job. If you guys are wanting to stay in the loop with this lawsuit or anything to do with Without a Crystal Ball, definitely go and check her out because she's doing a really good job, especially with this lawsuit. I want to make that very clear. But when I got up this morning, I noticed that, and I know we've already talked about Katie Joy twice this week, but that's what I mean, you guys. It is consistent, especially when there is things going on, like a lawsuit, a big lawsuit like this. If you guys remember the Tati Westbrook lawsuit, it was very similar. Things got very crazy, and it was insane. The drama around that lawsuit, the media on that lawsuit, everything around it was absolutely insane. And there were a lot of behind the scenes people, sock accounts doing a lot of very scary stuff, trying to threaten people. Like it was a whole, it got to the point where you didn't even want to cover it, for fear. And I see, if I'm being honest with you guys, I see this happening again because there are people out there that do support Without a Crystal Ball, in my opinion, and others who maybe they don't like her, so they're doing it for that reason. But they see these opportunities and they jump on it and they threaten people. And that's happening again. I actually went and looked on Charlotte on the Web's Twitter, and she was sharing some information. And I wanted to share this with you guys because I know a lot of you do cover. Yes, yeah, Jen, absolutely, all the time. Good morning, AM. Angela, hello. Melissa, good morning, everybody. I'm not going to take much of y'all's time this morning. I just wanted to go over this for those of you who didn't know, make you guys aware, but also just kind of keep you up to speed. This, you know, but anyways, so Charlotte shared this yesterday, that her there are supporters of her that are already starting to go after people, um, and it's no joke. It's no joke the things that are happening. And it does. It reflects back like the Tati Westbrook lawsuit. It was very serious. Like the things happening and what people were doing and things of that nature was very, very serious. And I see it happening again. I said the other day in my video that I truly believe that this is going to be a big deal. This lawsuit is going to be a big deal because of a couple of different reasons. Number one, 7M Films, which, like I said in my first video on this, I do think there's some strange vibes there. And I think that that's why it's very important for someone that's an actual journalist and someone who is, whatever, to report on this because it's sensitive, number one. Two, it needs to be handled in a very professional manner, not any speculations, not any lies, third party information, things of that nature. That does not need to be the way that this particular story is covered, in my opinion. And also, in my opinion, I definitely think that Katie Joy, bless her heart, without a crystal ball, aka without a crystal ball, she she sets herself up to do that. She speculates a lot, which is, okay. We as commentators, we speculate, we share our opinion, things of that nature. But the reason why people hold her to this different standard, in my opinion, is because of the fact that she says she's a journalist. And if you are going to be out here saying you're a journalist or holding yourself as if you're a journalist, wanting people to recognize you as a journalist, then you have to act like a journalist. You have to hold yourself as a journalist. And that is like one of the biggest things when it comes to Without a Crystal Ball. She works hard. She does. There is no denying that Without a Crystal Ball is a hard worker. She puts in a lot of time. She does a lot extensive research, maybe too much, to be quite honest. Because the way I look at it is, if she was a journalist, then okay, yes, of course, investigate, get your research, do all of these things, be professional, bring the story, not any nonsense, right? But she does bring the speculations and the opinions and just commentates on it. And you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not a professional vibe. It's just her sharing how she feels or whatever. And what I've noticed is she goes over the line. And that is, in my opinion, why she has been sued so many times, whether she won them or didn't or whatever. That is the reason why, because she steps over that line of what's professional. She gets way too personal, and that is just how I feel about it. And this situation, this lawsuit with 7Ms, is no exception whatsoever, because the thing the only difference in this one from where I stand is they hold no, like, there's no history there between the two of them, Without a Crystal Ball and 7M Films. So there's no hidden agenda or alternative. They have no reason to whatever, Todd Chrisley, there was some animosity there. Tati Westbrook, she had a goal. She was trying to get to Clark Swanson, different things like that. There was a goal there when they went into the defamation lawsuit. This is different. And on top of that, 7M Films also has a pretty, they're a management company. They have a lot of people under them. They have a pretty big social media presence when it comes to like their dancers and things like that. And they got a lot of money. And this lawsuit's going to be a big lawsuit, you guys. Mark my words on that. This lawsuit is going to be, and I think it's going to be massive. Now, before we get into much of what I think, let me pop this up on the screen. Just to make it clear, okay? Everything I say in this live stream is my opinion and my opinion only. Please do not be a petty Betty and send hate to anyone mentioned in this video. That is not what we are here to do. I'm just here to report to you guys the information that I know. And like I said before, if you want to see all of this in full, you want to go check it out for yourself, please go show Charlotte on the web some love and support. She does an incredible job at covering this. And especially here recently, I've really enjoyed her content. She's one of the ones that keeps me in the loop with what's going on, because honestly, it's constant. It's constant and it's hard to keep up with. And yeah, so let me catch up with you guys really quick and then we're gonna hop right into this. So if you guys remember, it's a circus in the yes, it seems like the circus is beginning again. Just another troll. It seems like the circus is beginning already, and we just started. And I'm not surprised by it because we've seen this happen before. But I do think, and I've heard other people say this as well. True Sleuth's done some great videos. You guys go check her out. Drama and Opinions. I'm trying to think of other people that cover it, and give you the tea. I think that's all I can really think of right now that I watch per se. Um, anyways, so the Tati Westbrook lawsuit got out of hand very quickly, and there's definitely no denying that. And a lot of people have been saying they think this is going to be a big lawsuit as well, maybe even bigger than that one. And I agree. I think so because of what I just said, because of those reasons. And I don't know, I just have a feeling, you guys, I have a feeling this is going to be different. Um, Good morning, BTU. I hope Charlotte knows people support her and she needs to stand strong. Absolutely. Charlotte, if you do watch this, if you see this, please know that you are supported in this because from where I stand, when it comes to this, Charlotte's done nothing wrong other than doing what Katie Joy does. And this is one of my biggest criticisms of her, you guys. If you guys remember with the Tati Westbrook lawsuit, this started, and I'll be honest with you guys, this is how I even found out about Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy. She was going after Nick Snyder, Dustin Daly, different commentators within the community, or not even community, but YouTube in general, that were covering the lawsuit, the Tati Westbrook lawsuit. And she went for them hard. She started basically, allegedly, threatening them, saying she was going to find out the information on them, that she was going to get them took down, strike. She was very upset, and I understand being upset. I understand that, but once again, it's going over that line of professionalism. You want to be taken serious as a journalist, and I know it's really easy to be reactionary, especially in these are big, serious situations, you know. So I understand her being upset and I understand her being like, this is my reputation on the line. But nobody makes her cover these stories. Nobody makes her say the things that she says in her lives. None of that. She does it on her own accord. And the thing is it pays off for her majority of the time because she is a hard worker, blah, 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 blah. And she, whatever. But then it backfires when you dig in like this. It does. It has a tendency of backfiring when you're going above that line of professionalism, when you're hitting below the belt, when you're going real life, because that is what it is. We talk about real life all the time, but when you're digging into someone's past like that, you have to weigh the pros and cons there. And it's not okay to get upset with someone like myself or Charlotte on the web or Dustin or Nick. All of us out here just doing our job, reporting on public record. None of us are digging. You know what I'm saying? We're just reporting on public record for people who want to stay in the loop on what's going on, things like that. She gets so upset with people like us, but you would think she would understand because she does it. she does it towards other people. So I don't know, like, and like I said, yeah, there are people out there that just go really hard on everything Katie Joy does. And I'm not here to say it's warranted, not warranted, whatever. I personally think it's a bit much when people are like they do too much, okay, in my opinion. But there are also a lot of professional commentators out here that just report on public record on the things that she is doing. They use her words against her. They, when she's in big lawsuits, things like that. And I don't understand why she gets so crazy about it. She does. She gets very personal and she tries to, it seems as if she tries to ruin people's lives. And as from this that I'm seeing on Twitter, it's basically there was a situation last time with the Tati Westbrook stuff where she literally went on to, like, I can't remember if it was her community post or something like that, and pretty much told her people, hey, you know what, you want to defend me, you want to support me, you want to rebuttal, go ahead, say whatever you want. And then after she did that, it lit this horrific fire and people started getting threats and all this. You guys, it was horrible. If you've been around for a minute, then you know it was horrible. Okay, so and I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling. I had a feeling this was going to happen. So when I seen it this morning when I first woke up and I seen this, hey Barbara, um I wasn't surprised, but at the same time I was just like, here we here we go again, like for real. Hey Truffle, which seems odd, an odd interest for a Christian. You know, and that's a thing too. Like whenever I was trying to think of how do I describe what she's known for and what she does here on YouTube, because yeah, she covers reality TV from time to time, but really and truly, she's known for being very interested in fundamentalists, the fundy world, and cults. She has a big interest in revealing cults, especially religious cults. And I just, you know, I understand the interest there, but she's just very political. And you guys know when it comes to politics and things like that, it's going to cause issues. So it's a good thing she does have a lawyer or whatever on retainer, but at the same time, you guys, honestly, I think this may be different. I don't know. It's too soon to tell at this point. And like I said, I do think that there's more to the story, but I also think that the way that Without a Crystal Ball has chose to cover this is in the incorrect way, in my opinion. It needs to be handled way more professionally. Like, why are we, like, for real, why are we sitting here asking, what does Ellen DeGeneres know? Why are we sitting here making it out as if Ellen knew this was a cult or that anyone did, And how can we just sit there and say that? Like, she just starts covering it, whatever, and multiple times have said, this is a cult, this is a cult. And I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying that there's a possibility that it is. But it's just very defaming because, what if it isn't, and then you've already said this. And you know what I'm saying? Okay, so sadly, I do hope she follows through with her threats to, oh, yes. And that's another thing. She's going after Emily D. Baker again. I've seen that this morning. And you guys, for any of you who know, who don't know, Emily D. Baker is like a YouTube lawyer, a YouTube attorney. She covers a lot of different filings that are in pop culture, different lawsuits happening that are, trending or whatever, a lot of celebrity lawsuits, and different things of that nature, reality TV stars. So I think she's probably going to definitely cover this. I haven't checked to see if she said anything about it. No, actually, I did check yesterday on Twitter and I didn't see anything about it, but I'm sure she will. I'm sure she's going to. And Katie Joy went so hard for her with the Tati Westbrook lawsuit, and she was literally just doing her job, right? Like Emily was just doing her job. We as commentators are just doing our jobs. Are there people out there that go across the line like she does? Yes. But majority of us are out here just, just reporting on public record. And she gets very, not even just upset. She goes straight into, I want to take someone down mode, is what it feels like to me, to threaten trying to get someone's channel down or to threaten criminal stuff because someone did something you don't agree with. And it just, and that's what she's doing to Charlotte on the web. And she is such a kind person. I think she's been doing a really good job covering all of this. Especially like I said, the lawsuit portion, very professional. Now, I haven't seen a lot of her content before this. I would see it from time to time, but she's doing a really good job lately, and um, being very professional about it. So I understand being frustrated, but I don't understand how you're going to sit there and be like, well, you're going to jail. Like, that is defamation. She doesn't learn, you guys. And she does this to small creators, big creators, reality TV stars. Like, we've seen it happen so much. Jen said, I noticed that KJ acts a lot like an injured animal when hurt, attack right away. So she can say she isn't scared, but with how fast and early she is acting and attacking, yeah. And I think you're right, Jen. And here's the thing: a part of me can understand. I can understand why, but this isn't the way. It isn't the way. And you would honestly think, after doing this so many times, that she would learn, but she doesn't. So we're not going to watch the whole thing. Like I said, you guys, please go and check out Charlotte's channel for yourself. I did also reach out to Charlotte because I would love to have her on and have a conversation. We've done a lot of Katie Joy content this week, you guys, but that is because this lawsuit is just starting and a lot of crap is happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very relevant at this moment, but I'm going to try to break it down to once a week and just put it all together. That may mean that I'm 2-3 days behind on what's going on when it comes to putting it out here, but do it all at once, put it out, and you can see it all, because honestly, the way that Katie works, a lot happens in a week. A week is like, so much happens, and we're not going to cover every single thing, but when it comes to this lawsuit, I do want to cover it, and her behavior circulated around it. I do. The things happening with it, I think it's important that we stay up to speed with it, because it is definitely a pattern at this point. There's no denying that. There's no way she can deny that. I'm sorry, there's just not. She feels backed in a corner, and instead of listening to the helpful comments, she is just visual. Yes, Jen, yes, and it's a problem. There are a lot of commentators out here that have tried to be respectfully just say exactly that, Jen, and she does not take that criticism well. And I get it, but at the same time, it's like, girl, if she would just listen, just a little bit. And I actually had hopes after the Tati Westbrook lawsuit. There were little things, and this is just me, bleh, just me being honest. Hello, Shay, good morning. um I literally thought that maybe she had learned something, because she did start getting very professional and conservative again. I don't watch her a great deal, but I would see clips and the Reddit and things like that. And she seemed to be doing okay. She wasn't in any, wasn't causing any whatever. Not that many people were covering the things that she was doing, because it was just like minuscule things. And I really thought she had possibly learned. I understand she wanted to cover this, but I just really feel like you've got to be very careful with stories like this, because it is serious. And I just don't think that she was the person for the job. Now, a legitimate journalist probably could have covered this and been very professional. And this is just my opinion, but that's how I feel, because unfortunately she does. She goes above and beyond the line of duty when it comes to finding out information and digging up information. The third party information, that's another thing. Like, there's so many questions when she's like, and if you don't believe this is a cult, well, I've got this message from so and so who said that they were friends with so and so. From where I stand, it definitely is like, okay, so you're just taking this person's word for it. it's not enough context, but we're just supposed to believe whatever she puts out. Same thing with her. I don't even watch Ellen, and I know Ellen DeGeneres is very controversial on her own, but to sit there and to allude to the fact that Ellen knew that shady things were happening behind the scenes, that's a serious allegation. And it's just the way she says things. You know what I'm saying? The way she says it, it's like, hold on, wait a minute. So that's always been my biggest criticism when it comes to Without a Crystal Ball. I will never take away the fact that she is a hard worker. She is dedicated to her work, and I know that her channel means a great deal to her, but these things are detrimental, and these things will be what takes her down. It will be her own, it's like self-sabotagement. And it's kind of sad to see, to be quite honest. I've always tried to be very, very respectful with my reporting on her, because I personally have no issue with her. um, Nothing like that, truly. I don't know her, but she has showcased a lot of very bad behaviors online, and that is why people cover it. Because some of it, I remember when I first ran across her and her channel and seeing what she was doing, like I said, to Nick and Dustin and all these people, I was like, oh my, is she really doing this publicly and really just doing all this? Like, it was absolutely insane. And it gets very draining too, to cover it like that. So that's why I don't cover it, because when you see that bad behavior constantly, or when she is raging out like this and attacking people and trying to take people down and ruining, like trying her best to ruin people's lives, in my opinion, um it's awful. It's awful to see someone going to those measures because they don't like what someone's saying about them, or they don't like whatever. And y'all, there's just so much history there. We could literally talk about this for all day, and I'm not going to do that. Okay, she won't even listen to advice on her channel. Yes, her own supporters. You're right, Vicky. She won't. Like, her own supporters who've been there, members, they try to give her positive criticism and things, and there we've seen many, many times where she negatively just, and she says it's because, or I've heard her say before, that it's because she's been attacked or whatever, she's defensive. I get those things, but if you're going to be on the internet and you're going to continue doing this and you want to take it seriously and all these things, you know, nobody did this to her but her. And sometimes I do, there's moments where I really want to feel so bad for her, because there are people out there that just go too far. They do. And we all know that. I don't think that's something any of us can deny. There are people out there that have went way too far and way too personal with Katie. But at the same time, like I said in my last video, I do believe whatever you put out in this world, you get back in tenfold. And even though it's not okay, I don't support the people who go out there and do the things that they do towards her. At the same time, it's like, that's what you get. That's what happens when you are trying to ruin people's lives, in my opinion, and you're defaming people and everything for your own benefit. Then what do you think people are going to do back? It really is a cause and effect situation. And when you're out here doing things like that, that's what, that's what happens. Um, I hope she's given her attorney proof of all the claims. I'm sure. We'll see. I have a feeling, you guys, this is just the beginning, and it's already okay. Let me shut up, you guys. Unfortunately, several creators have found some success and seemingly joy from negative actions. Yes, BTU, and I agree. And you know what? I'm not even making this about that at all. I'm just making it very. I want to make it known that I see that there are people out here that go way too far with her too, but there's a reason. There's a reason. Even though it's not okay and I don't support that, there's a reason. I do believe because of what she's done to people, it gets done to her. But I am going to actually turn off the camera for a few moments. We're going to share the screen over and just watch a few moments of Charlotte on the Web's video from yesterday. Once again, you guys, please go check her out. Show her some love and support. Let me share the screen. I seen this morning when I was sitting there drinking my coffee, and I seen this and I was like, you have got to be kidding me already. Already. So, the first one here, the first one is this one here. And we're not going to watch a whole bunch of this, but as you can see, Charlotte did a video 20 hours ago that said, Katie Joy, you owe me an apology, because she covered the Without a Crystal Ball lawsuit, which you can see here. Um, and she covered her bases: fair use, copyright disclaimer under section. She covered her bases, very professional here. um, and she covered the full lawsuit. She had the documents and all of that. Well, Katie Joy decides that she is going to call Charlotte out because this lawsuit was under pocket service, which means it wasn't posted to the public or whatever, and confidentiality or whatever. Okay. So she lost her crap, you guys, and um, went in on Charlotte. So we're gonna click on this, and
I know
woo,
it's like clockwork.
hold on. Sorry, guys. I just want to show you guys this post really quick for context. For those of you that don't watch Charlotte, and let me mute this. Hold on. Mute it. For those of you who don't watch Charlotte or have not seen this, I just want to show you guys the screenshot of where Katie Joy had posted something about her covering the documents and everything that she had to say about it. Once this ad is over. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, anyways, um, and this is kind of where it stemmed from. And of course, Charlotte covered it on her channel. She talked about it and she explained to Katie Joy, um, if you paid attention, the documents had a watermark on it. This, I did get this, you know, public record or whatever. And Katie Joy just, you guys, she lost it. She lost it. I highly recommend you guys go and watch this full video for yourself. Um, I just want to get to the screen. There it is. Okay. So right here, as you can see, she put, Dear Charlotte, know the law before you post confidential records on YouTube. And then she shared the screenshot there. It says, the primary reason is that until the case is filed, it remains out of the public eye and is otherwise confidential. When and if the case is filed, it becomes a matter of public record. And starting in 2021, pleadings in Minnesota state court civil cases can be publicly accessed on the internet by anyone. So this is what she posted. I believe this was over on Instagram. I'm blocked over there. So thank the Lord for people like, and I've never done anything to her. Never. You guys know my reporting and coverings of her have never been like never. They've always been respectful. Even when I share my opinion, it's very respectful. I've never been rude to Katie Joy. But she blocked me a long time ago. I I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I don't even believe Robert deserves what is happening. We are going by hearsay on who he is. Makes no sense. Melly, no, I agree. And I think that's why it's important with things like that, with things like this, that it be covered in a professional manner, not accusations, no claims. Like, we have to go by the facts. But what I'm saying is there is some questionable things like that lawsuit with Lydia and a couple of other little things where it's like, like a moment. But I do not think he deserves what's happening to him. And I think that the information being put out is very dangerous without knowing what you're saying is fact. It's dangerous to anybody. And that's why she finds herself in these kinds of lawsuits. We all know that. It does not take a rocket scientist. You can't just go around willy-nilly talking about people like this. You can't. Oh, thank you so much, Psychedelic. I appreciate that. I love how down to earth you are. Well, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. But So, anyways, I'm going to pause this just for a moment. We're going to watch just a few seconds of this first video. But the big one, the one that I really want to show just like a little portion of, is Charlotte's last one, where Katie Joy goes live and she's like losing her crap, you guys. Um, so grab your coffee or your tea or whatever, and let's get into this. Let's change this to here. There, is that good? No. I'm just gonna take me off completely. That way you guys can see this full screen. Take the comments off. Okay. And like I said, we're just going to watch a few moments of this. And then if you guys want to see the full thing, go check out Charlotte for sure.
Spread disinformation. And you tried to tell me that disinformation wasn't a word, and I had to take a minute and go Google it and screenshot it and then post it for you. Then you blocked me, remember, on Twitter? Don't make me do that again. So,
Sorry, I'm already pausing it, but I have to say this. Katie Joy blocks for literally the smallest, tiniest things. Um, and, I'm not saying it's not ever warranted, but I've done nothing to her, like nothing. And she blocked me. And as Charlotte said here, it was over a word, literally over just a word. Katie wanted to be right and wasn't. I've seen her do this to other people as well. It's just insane. So I just wanted to comment on that very quickly. I know firsthand that she does do that. She does. Let's see. Defamation and slander is big, and calling people's employers shows impeding their financial health and lower revenues can be proven. Yeah, Shay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to mute you guys.
so she posts this. The primary reason is that until the case is filed, it remains out of the public eye and is otherwise confidential. When and if the case is filed, it becomes a matter of public record. Katie Joy, could she not take 5 seconds out? She's supposed to be this big reporter, and aren't reporters supposed to fact check stuff? All she had to have done was like pulled up my video yesterday. She would have seen it was watermarked from the courts. I mean, this is a little bit ridiculous. Thank you, Jeannie. Hey, Shar.
I mean, for real though, you guys, and I love Charlotte sass here, but it's so true. She is supposed to be this journalist. She wants to be taken seriously, and it's a bit frustrating because you have to do that extra work. And I think what happened, this is just my opinion, but I think anger took over. She instantly seen, and this is something else I've noticed. It's just an assumption of mine, okay, you guys. So this is not fact. This is just an assumption. I want to make that clear. But I've noticed that Katie gets upset when the videos do well. Now, if it's just 1,000 views, 500 views, whatever, she won't say anything. She won't acknowledge it. But if it gets, I don't know, 4 or 5,000 views, even on my videos, like, and things of that nature, she never cared about any of it until people are actually watching it and seeing it. And then I think it goes into her head and she's like, oh my gosh, people are going to see this. I think she freaks out. That is my opinion, but I think she does. I can only imagine seeing video after video made of you or whatever. And, of course, you're going to have that moment of panic or whatnot, especially someone like her who genuinely does, I think, care very much about her self image. She wants to be taken as professional. She wants to be considered like a journalist. She prides herself in her work, which are all great aspects to have and traits to have to be successful. But your behavior has to align with that. You can't just say it. Your behavior has to align with those traits. You can say things all day long, but if the behavior is still, and we all make mistakes, we're all human, we all make mistakes. No one's supposed to be perfect, but come on, come on. Um, once it becomes a pattern, people notice that and they will start to call you out on it. And as a commentator or anyone on social media that work in social media, you have to know that anything you put out is susceptible to criticism. So to be jumping the gun, trying to like threaten people in the way that she and some of her supporters have, um, it's not right. It's not right to do that to people. It's unjust. It's not professional. And this is exactly why people do not view her as professional. These types of things is the reason why. Okay, I just wanted to rant about that for a moment. KJ is projection at its finest. She is upset with Charlotte and Emily for reading her lawsuit when KJ actually breaks confidentiality. Oh, and you guys, let me read this to you real quick. This was over on Twitter. Charlotte shared this as well. And I believe that it is one of, hold on, you guys. Where did it go? Where did it go? One of, oh, hold on. I had it up and then I lost it. It was one of her supporters, I believe, one of Without a Crystal Ball supporters. Um, with someone who thought it was 7 a.m. and who, okay. But anyways, they're basically on here, whoever it is, because I do not know, you guys, basically on here. I'm not going to read the full thing, but they pretty much threaten that if anyone that speaks on this or talks about it, they're going to try to take them down. It says, but you haven't been alone. You have your entire miserable old lady crew with you. That stops now. I will make it my mission to uncover the real identities of anyone leaving any kind of remark on your page that is anything but condemning you and your dangerous, thoughtless actions. I think two of your buddies found out about that last night. So definitely threads going on here, you guys. Threads, and that's like I said, I think that's about like the pages Without a Crystal Ball Clue, and other pages like that have been not in support of what Katie Joy is doing, against it. And you guys, it's getting nasty. If you remember the Tati Westbrook lawsuit, you know it is getting nasty. You can read that full message on Twitter if you guys want to go and check it out. But it's just it's not right. If you guys remember, Emily D. Baker was being threatened in the last lawsuit. People were stock accounts were sending her horrible messages, um, of things that they were going to do to her if she didn't stop covering it. And it's just, y'all, it's really on another level. It really is really dangerous, scary stuff. Not, it's very scary. Okay, but anyways, I wanted to show you guys that real quick. And not Katie, Charlotte, very quickly, she acknowledged this. She went public. She said her piece. She was very professional, I don't care what uh, Katie says. She was professional in this video. And she has a lot of support behind her when it comes to this particular situation. And yeah, so that happened.
I'm loving sipping your tea. God bless. Love you, girl. Thank you with the courts, but Katie Joy could not take out 5 seconds. And here's another thing, Katie. I know you're probably watching this, or one of your little minions is going to run back to you and tell you about it. Maybe having an attorney that's an estate planner isn't your best bet. Now, y'all, she did, thank you, Kim. She did 2 lives yesterday, 2 Instagram lives yesterday. Gosh, there's so much to go over. If y'all watched my live stream yesterday afternoon, you'll know that I played.
I'm sorry. I love her sass. But so that was just her kind of acknowledging that happened. And then she plays the first live, which is Katie and Katie Joy fashion. You guys, please go check it out if you're interested. But so that was Charlotte just kind of going over it and explaining, like, girl, all you had to do was 5 minutes of not even, probably not even 5 minutes worth of research, to be quite honest, to find out that Charlotte's done nothing wrong. But that did not stop Katie, you guys. That did not stop Katie from continuing to spread this information, this false information. How will someone please explain to me how she doesn't understand why she gets in trouble the way she does? I really want to understand that, because she seems to not understand why not that she don't, but she says she's doing nothing wrong. That's why she wins the lawsuits. They get dismissed, whatever. She says that's winning. Um, tomato, tomato, whatever. But the problem is how does she not see what she's doing wrong here? That is the problem. Psychedelic said her followers have been going after people in real life, like contacting employers of subs. Yeah, yeah, I know, and it's happened for a long time. But yet she only wants to call out the people that do it to her. It happens to her because they do it to people. It's like fighting fire with fire. We've talked about that 1,000 times over here. It's the same thing. That's what's happening. I personally don't agree with any of it, but I also understand why it happens, because what you put in this world, whatever you put out, you get back. And that is the truth. It is true. It's so stupid on another level too. Yeah. Um, yes, here Melissa said go watch the Charlotte's whole stream. She did threaten Emily D. Baker for reading the lawsuit as well, and that's what we're going to look at as the next one here. That's the one I really wanted to show you guys. I don't want to. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I do want everyone to go. If you don't already, please go and check out Charlotte's video for yourself and show her some support. She really needs it, especially right now. These types of claims and these false accusations against her, it's not right. It's not right. And this is just me, you know, pretty much saying like that's not cool. It's not okay to do that. Katie knows she has a pretty big following, over 200,000 some subscribers. Not everyone knows who Charlotte on the Web is, and it doesn't matter if you like Charlotte or you don't. This is unjust. Doing things like this is not right. It does not matter. It's not right. It's wrong. And for her to go out here and basically try to say that Charlotte's doing all these things wrong and that she's breaking the law, and it's just so defaming. So defaming. And that's when I get upset. I choose not to cover Katie as much because she does. She makes me upset doing the things that she does, and then getting away with it the way she does. It's not cool. And I think this time there will be more repercussions. I'm hopeful that this time, I don't want her life to be ruined. I don't want that for anybody, but I am hopeful that this time there will be some repercussions. Because you can't just be willy nilly out here doing this to people. It's not okay. I'm sorry, it's not. And it's way past the limit of YouTube. This should not be happening on YouTube, you guys, or Instagram. You should not be saying these things about people and alluding to the fact that someone's breaking the law or anything like that. It's not okay. Nate the lawyer, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. This is what KJ does. This is why she gets sued. I know. I know, Nate. I know. You guys go and check him out as well. Wonderful content. Are you covering this, Nate? I've not even went and checked, but I'm sure. I'm sure he will be. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure. Don't take my word for that, but very good. He's awesome. If you guys like Emily D. Baker, I think you'll like Nate as well. Did you see the UCL live? KJ finds out UCL and EBD are reading the suit, claims they got. Yeah, I seen bits of that. I seen bits of it, Millie. Um, Not the whole thing though. But so let's click on this next one here. And this is what I mean. It's kind of hard to keep up with it, because Katie's out here doing a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch. No, it is all Emily D. Baker. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. I really don't blame you, Nate. I just have to say that. I don't blame you at all. but yeah, so if you guys are looking for people, I'm sure most of you have already know who Uncivil Law is and Emily D. Baker. But if not, check them out. If you're wanting to see this be covered extensively and professionally, those are the people to watch for real. Okay. Once again, I'm going to hush for a moment. We're going to watch just a few moments of Charlotte's last video. This is Katie Joy's live where she goes in on Charlotte and okay, she big mad. She big mad.
Now, here we go. And I do want to give like a little.
Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah, she's so good. They're both good. They are. Melissa, you're so right. You are so kind, Wildflower Tea. You wish the best for others. I don't wish harm for KJ. I wish you would stop harming others. Yes, Melissa. That's me as well. Like she thinks everyone's out here hating on her, but that is not the case. That's not it. Not all of us hate her. I don't hate anyone on the internet. That's very strange to me. But I just cannot stand her behavior and what she gets away with. It's not okay. It's not okay. Um, but yeah, so sorry, I had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I'm going to mute again, you guys, and watch just a few moments of this. I apologize.
Perfect.
Perfect, 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 perfect. And
Pull it up real quick. I'm just going to read it and then we'll get to her live stream. Hey, Hillbilly. So let me go to her post. All right. So here's what it says. Hey, everyone. Hope disclaimer, everything I say on my channel is my thoughts, my opinions. Do your own research, things like that. Now, with this Instagram that I'm going to play, I'm advising you guys, if you have any little kiddies in the room, maybe send them out of the room or put in some earbuds, because Katie Joy, and on Instagram, she loves to drop the F-bomb, because I don't know why, but she just does.
Sorry, for some reason it took me out of the wrong one. So I had to skip back around there. But I just wanted to quickly say this is what I really like about the way that Charlotte's covering this particular law, just her covering of this is she makes sure to cover her bases and say, like, this is, you know, um, and I appreciate creators who put in that extra and do things like this. And I think this is so not cool. It's just not cool what we're about to watch. It's not okay. I don't like it. And this is my whole issue with her. Charlotte doesn't deserve this. Nobody deserves this. It's really not okay. And it just outrages me. But I wanted to let y'all know like what happened. For some reason it clicked me into a completely different video.
So let's get started.
I want to be 100% clear right now, like 100%. I'm not going to mess around. I'm not going to like be silly or funny. I'm going to be real here.
Okay.
My lawsuit is not filed in court. It is not filed in court. I will show you that it is not filed in court. not one person has reached out to me to ask for a copy of the lawsuit. How then?
Why would I reach out to you to get a copy of the lawsuit when I can use the Google and the court website to get me a copy of the lawsuit, Katie?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't take rocket scientists here, you guys. It really, really doesn't. I don't understand why Katie's so upset because people didn't come to her. Obviously. I mean, she's sitting here making that very clear. That's what her issue was. But why? None of us have to. Nobody needs to. I am not covering it like that. You guys know I don't cover the lawsuits like that. There's plenty of other people out here that do a great job at it. We just sit here and we talk about it afterwards. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of reasons why I choose to. Now, I will recap it really quick, give you a 5-minute recap of what's going on once we really get into things. This is just the beginning. So I wait until the meat and potatoes start happening, and then we're going to come up in here 5 minutes. I'm going to break it down to you and then send you, if you want a full extent of what is going down and being broken down in full detail. But Charlotte does a great job. Like I said, there's plenty of people out here that do. And for Katie gets like, she's so upset because people's not reaching out to her. I don't understand that. Make it make sense. Why? She thinks the worst of every single person out here that's ever mentioned her name. And she dislikes everyone. She defames all of us. Well, says things that aren't true, false accusations about all of us. You know what I'm saying? And we're all just horrible people. And we don't, it's just, why would we reach out to her for anything? For anything? That's honestly my question. Hey, I'm a rocket scientist because I read an article on it once. Yay, Shay. See, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. KJ had no clue the lawsuit was filed with the court. She may want to get a new attorney. Melissa, for real. She's got this whole team behind her. And that's not me making jokes. Let me make that very clear. I'm not making it's true. Like, Katie, seriously, if you did not know this, something as simple as this, fixing to go into this lawsuit, like, you know what I'm saying? I would just I would just definitely be aware, and I would be having a talk with my attorney for real. Thank you, dear Dana. You guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Okay. So I'm going to hush you guys. We're just going to watch a few more minutes of this. Charlotte's commentary on this and her answering. Oh, it's so good, you guys. It's so good. I really am glad I seen this morning. Okay. Let me get this off the screen. Sorry, I'm a little slow. I haven't had enough coffee.
Girl, and she calls herself a reporter, y'all, a journalist. But she couldn't take 2 seconds to pull up my video and see that the lawsuit was watermarked from the court. Hey, Nikki.
Do all of these YouTubers have the lawsuit? Who did they get the lawsuit from? Because it is not filed in court. Anyone
don't know what you're talking about.
Speaking about this lawsuit communicated with the cult. Is that who you want to be following? Do you want to follow someone that will willingly take a lawsuit from a man like Robert? Because this is not filed in court. This was a pocket service. There is no court record. We are not under the jurisdiction of a court. They got the lawsuit from the cult, not.
That's all I can say.
You guys, what is wrong with her? Truly, what is Miss Claire? Hello. Thank you for being here. How do you just go around saying things like this about people? you know, for someone who works so hard and is so dedicated and so all these things about her own channel, she sure as shit don't care about how hard all of us work. You know what I mean? Like, so selfish. She only, like, that's how I feel. That's truly how I feel about this. To say that we are supporting a cult and we're doing this and we're doing that and doing all these things, it is so, it's wrong. And lumping everyone together like this because you're upset with some, it's so defaming. It is so not cool to do this to people. And this is why, this in reality, this is why people, in my opinion, do not collab with her, do not work with her because of this. You know how many people she's turned on like this? And then she tries to make her supporters feel bad if they maybe like their content on, I do all kinds of different content. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people who support her have watched my videos and maybe Charlotte's too. I don't know. Or anybody, Emily D. Baker, saying things like this and saying, anyone that covers this, they're getting it from the cult. Do you really want to support someone who supports what? It is awful. It's awful. I'm sorry. This is awful. And she gets the fact that she's gotten away with it up to now. But what we're seeing is, like I said, what we've seen in the beginning when she started spiraling with the Tati stuff. You guys remember, if you've been around for a minute, you remember. Hello, Squidward. Thank you so much for being here. No, he's not going to be covering it, Squidward, but he said Uncivil Law and Emily D. Baker have got it. And I don't blame him. I do not blame him. I'm sure his reasons for not wanting to cover it are good. PSA, cults pass out pending lawsuits at their meetings. Shay. Oh, she's talking about 7M Films. She's pretty much trying to prove that they are a cult right now. I'm not here to say they are or they aren't, okay? I'm not. We're talking about what Katie's doing right now. There is no sense in this. Whether they are or aren't, okay? What she's doing in this moment is unjust and it's not warranted and it's not okay. And this is why this is why I couldn't, like, I can overlook a lot of things that this woman's done, but things like this, trying to ruin other people's reputation, their self-image, tear them apart like that when she is constantly defending her own. It honestly doesn't get much more selfish than that. And you guys know, like, I really don't cover her as much anymore, but this really put a fire under my booty. I'm not going to lie. I'm not. Agree, Charlotte has been very understanding, open, and held back some very effed up stuff she could have said about KJ, bullying who she thinks will accept it. And like I said, even if you don't like Charlotte, okay, let's say you don't for whatever reason, let's say you don't. Me too. Emily D. Baker is very, very good at what she does, and I love her sense of humor, all of that. This is a matter of the fact that no one deserves to be treated this way. Charlotte's not done anything for, and not just Charlotte, because she's not just talking about Charlotte here. She's talking about Emily D. Baker, Uncivil Law. She's talking about everybody that's covering this. Anyone talking about it, she's got a problem with. She lumps everyone together, and it's wrong. It's wrong to tell your supporters. I'm sorry. I'm just ranting at this point. Let's watch just a few more minutes, you guys. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So she didn't even realize that it was actually filed with the court. She thought she was going to be able to keep it under wraps because she thought that it was going to stay pocket served. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no court record, everyone. Got it from the cult. Yeah. And now I'm in bed with the cult, I guess, right? Sykes says literally laughed when someone on Uncivil's Live brought this claim up. The expression on his face was priceless. I could see why you would laugh. It's funny. It is funny knowing that she don't even know what she's talking about. She thinks she does.
Let me also point out, okay, I want to point this out as well. If this was happening to Katie Joy and people were defaming her in this way and saying things like this to her or putting false allegations like this out on her, do you think she'd be laughing about it? Do you think she'd be taking it as good as Charlotte or Uncivil Law or anyone else? No. We all know the answer is no. She'd be taking them to court. She'd be threatening to take them to court, whatever. We've seen it happen before. We've seen how she reacts before. So I think that a person's traits really speaks a lot about them. And I also believe that this speaks measures, like how different we are or they are. Charlotte, Uncivil Law, Emily D. Baker are from her. And she wants to talk about how bad everybody is that ever talks about her lawsuits. You guys, these are big lawsuits. It's normal. I have to say this. She should already know this, but it is normal for commentators like myself and especially Emily D. Baker. This is what she does for a living. So if she talks about it, it's normal. This is a big trending lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to act as if we're not supposed to touch it or speak about it. She did this with the Tati. It's a pattern, you guys. It is a pattern and it's ridiculous. Just another troll said, hopefully this community can come back together to stick up for one another no matter what. Well, and the thing is in my opinion, just another troll, I completely understand what you're saying here, but I don't think this is even a matter of a community. Like, of course, it'd be great if the community can support because this is wrong. But this shouldn't just be community oriented. This is wrong. Anyone who sees this, whether you're a part of that community or not, um, it's I think anybody can see how wrong this is to do this to someone publicly, go on any platform and put out these kinds of allegations on someone who's done nothing for it to be warranted, not a thing. And this, my friends, is prime example of why she stays in defamation lawsuits, in my opinion, for the last consistently for going on what 2 years now. You'll see her pull back her anger towards UCL, in my opinion, because he's not a woman. It's insane the clear hate she has for women. I've heard that before, Millie. I have. She says these accusations as fact. Yes, Allison. And that's the problem. That is the main problem here. She is going to learn when she goes after the wrong person, and this just may be it. You're right, Allison. I agree. You can't get away with doing things like this forever. And she's had nothing but ample opportunity to see her wrongdoings, right? We all make mistakes, but this is on another level at this point, Katie. It really is. Um, nobody out here will get away with doing things like this forever. Period. I cannot believe how much drama she causes. It's really unbelievable. You're right. And it's been consistent. She eventually says that she's not mad at UCL, Uncivil Law. He did the exact same thing Emily D. Baker did, and in the end, it said this one may go on a long time and might bankrupt her. My own words. Yeah, but you can't talk about her. She gets very upset about it, and I understand getting upset, but this is just to do this, it's too much. And I'm allowed to say that. This is public and this is happening publicly, and I and anyone else is allowed to say that this is wrong. That is our right. Just like she's allowed to speak, we are allowed to speak. I stand corrected, Wildflower. You're right. Yeah. But you're right as well. You're not wrong, just another troll. One of these lawsuits is going to stick eventually. I think you're right, B family. I do. It's only a matter of time. And how does she think this is going to help anyone get out of a cult? Hate speech does not attract people. It doesn't. It's like I said, I can't remember where I was. Somebody was doing a live stream. I believe in my heart of hearts, without a crystal ball, is more known for the lawsuit she's been in than her coverage of anything. Yeah, she does a lot of Duggar coverage, and she's known for that as well. A lot of people watch that. But when you break it down, I think she's more known for the defaming things that she does. That is my opinion, of course, but I do believe that. I do believe that. Okay, hold on a second.
There is no case number, no judge. It has not been filed in court.
But it had.
If you are a YouTuber and you are talking about this case, you did not get it from me.
No, I never claimed I got it from you. I never once claimed that, Katie. Cindy Lou Who, I hope this code has a great pay scale for mods, right? I hope they... Yeah, part of the Colton didn't know it. Part of the Colton did not know it. Thank you so much, Cindy Lou. Love you. Thank you for becoming a member, 1612's girl. Thank you.
Because we didn't give you this.
I didn't ask you for it.
We didn't give you this. If you
I
have a
asked you
copy of
for
it,
it.
that means you got it from Robert, or you got it
I
from
ain't slam
Savannah.
papers.
It's
I'm sorry. I wish Charlotte was here. She's so funny. She's like, I can slam papers around, you know. But I love the way she's handling this. I really do. I think it just speaks measures. It really does. And I wanted to cover this quickly. Like I said, if you want to see this in full without my commentary and all of that, I do have Charlotte tagged in the description of this video or this live stream. So you guys definitely go and check it out. Let's see here. I'm going to, she didn't learn. God is a woman said she didn't learn after the first few. She never will. I don't think she's impulsive. I don't think she's impulsive, and only her family will be suffering from all of this legal stuff. And I've said that before, and I do try to keep her family out of it, but this is bound to be, it has to hurt in general, financially, period. Question, does KJ really have a son? Oh, Allison, yes, she does. That is for sure. Uncivil said this might be the one to take her down, even bankrupt her. This one, if anything, shows how relentless she has been in harassing of 7M. Yeah, Jen. And her showing this anger like this and putting out like these false allegations like this, it's it's not a good look. It's not a good look, Katie. But if she would have looked up close, the date on it was 4/5/2022, date it was filed. And Charlotte did this on the 6th. It had been filed. Yeah. I think, like I said, I think anger just took over. I really do. True, Shay, when people show who they are, we should believe them. Yeah. Allison, she has, okay. Anyways, so that is basically what I wanted to come on here and talk about with you guys this morning. I seen this and I thought to myself, it really did upset me. It feels like deja vu, you guys. It does. It feels like deja vu. This isn't the first time we have seen her do this to small content creators who speak on her. It doesn't matter how professionally, it doesn't matter how respectfully. I'm sure she's overwhelmed with all of this, but at the same time, she had to know, because of the way everything's been and the way everything's went down in her YouTube career, she had to see this coming to some extent. If you guys haven't seen, if you don't know the backstory on all of this, I do have 2 videos out. I have the backstory between her and 7M Films, if you guys want to go and check that out. And I also have a short video saying, "Hey, she's been summoned," and going into that as well with receipts and all of that. If you guys do want to go and check that out, um, I had to come on here and say something. I seen this morning, and it really was just like, "Are you kidding me? This is what we're gonna do again." Uh, it's just I understand being overwhelmed, but there's just no excuse for doing this. And all the stress it's got to bring out. Yeah, yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, I'm sure. Maddie, where's her team? Why is no one standing up and fighting with her? That's a good question, Maddie. I think it's because this is, once again, just an assumption, just a speculation. I'm not a journalist, you guys. We're just here to chitty chat. I think it's because she doesn't run this across her team. She reacts, and her team don't find out about it till after. And I believe that is why. And she has to be paying them good to like to deal with what they deal with. Charlotte was cracking me up yesterday. I bet so, Jen. I do. I didn't see this till this morning. I hate that I missed it live. I know I'm kind of behind on it, but I did want to address it, and I wanted to make it clear I do not support what's happening. It's not okay. I hate this for Charlotte. Like I said, I did reach out to her. um, I'm sure she has a lot of people supporting her, but I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention who may not have known, right? Not everybody. Charlotte is still, I mean, she's a smaller channel as am I, but we do have a different audience in some aspects, and I wanted to bring awareness on this, on what's going on and what's happening, and send people over there to show her some love and support in this moment. It's not okay. Uncivil law as well. It's just, and Emily D. Baker. All of this is ridiculous, you guys. And I'm still catching up with a lot of it because, like I said, with this one, oh my gosh, there's stuff happening consistently, constantly. You got to stay on top of it to know what's going on. You literally just have to. It's crazy. This isn't illegal to call people's that isn't illegal to call people's employers. What the fuck? Um, let's see. She must be paying the insurance company so much money. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, it is a pattern of behavior. It is, and it does say a lot. I think when your traits and your behavior don't match up with your actions, and it becomes a pattern like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, it's definitely a pattern at this point. There's no denying that. There's no there's no denying that. But anyways, you guys, just wanted to pop on here. I don't want to take too much more of y'all's time. Once again, go hit the like button if you didn't know about this, if you learned something, if you agree, whatever. Hit the like button. Please consider subscribing, and please go check out, if you're interested in seeing all of this in full. Go check out Emily D. Baker, Charlotte, Uncivil Law. They're doing a wonderful job with all of this. They truly are. And yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. I've got a couple of things to work on. This just caught my attention this morning, and I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Let's just take a minute to talk about this because it's insane to me. But if you have lots of car wrecks or insurance premium, yeah, Jane, we were talking about that. It's just like car insurance. I'm sure it's a pretty little penny for sure. She has to be, but they will either drop her or her premium will be astronomical. Yes, Vicky, I think so. I hope. I think so. Hope things get nicer and easier. Crisis, you are not the only one. You are not the only one. I'm looking in on all this like, oh my goodness. And it's not shocking at this point. It's not even surprising. You get used to it, right? Especially when it comes to this one here. But it's just so sad. It's sad, honestly. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I'm going to try to get a video out that is not Katie Joy related. I know not everyone is following this nor cares, but for those of you who do, I wanted to talk about it really quickly with y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thank y'all so much for stopping in here and chit chatting with me this morning. Um, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you again. And until next time. Mwah.
Mommy.